You need to know about fallout, what it is, how to detect it, and what to do to protect yourself against it. Everybody needs to know. Yes, this does mean you. Watch and listen. One day, these facts may save your life.
Ah! Okay, I don't have to overdo it, right?
I think that was about right.
Yeah, but this was a big victory.
It was. It was a one-clicker.
Well, not only that, it was a minute after 9. Not great, but still.
No, that's perfectly
You know what I'm
good.
saying?
Yeah. No.
What are you writing down in your... I know you have a book where
In my journal?
Yeah, my journal.
Pod journal?
Yeah, your pod scores.
Andy got an A-.
Aww. Oh, I don't know why I'm going, aw. I listened to the first part of the podcast today, to the first break.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it very much.
Good.
You know, it's, I can almost remember everything that's going on. When I hear it back, I can remember what I was thinking.
Yeah.
When it was going on. I don't know if that's a skill that you can market, but.
No, I mean, it's not that remarkable, really, considering it was a conversation you had.
Yeah, but to remember exactly I guess that's right, because remembering negative things, like, I'm always like, are you listening? Are you listening? I'm listening back to see how I'm listening.
Right.
But I'm also noticing that in my opinion, we seem to have a good rapport.
I think it's as good as it's going to get, if that's any solace. Hello.
No, that's cool. I get you. I hear you.
I don't know. It feels uncomfortable to talk about our own rapport.
I think we have a great rapport. I think we have nothing but upside. What do they say in business? Upside for growth opportunities.
Sure.
You know what that means? We couldn't be less of a thing.
Yes, exactly.
I see significant upside.
I see.
Don't you?
Sure. An inevitable downside.
And, has anyone I don't know what people, I keep thinking everyone's going to react and go, oh, we heard Andy's sister and it changed our lives.
I have not gotten any Andy's sister mail.
Is she on the?
And I heard it, and I finally heard it.
Oh, you can tell me your opinion of it, and you don't have to worry at all about my reaction. I'm being honest.
Yeah. I mean, I loved that, what it was, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was, I think, you know, you were both going for it. You were, you were Noodles Garcia.
Noodles Garcia.
And she was, Janice Kindler. With a little bit of Joan in there, a little Joni in there.
You mean Joni Mitchell?
Yeah. When she went high, when she went to her falsetto, it was Joni Mitchell, but otherwise it was all Janice.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Oh, I don't want to cut you off.
No, it's okay.
Did you have more?
No, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Okay, good. I don't want to cut you off. What I was going to say was, I just wanted to say to button up the whole thing because I've been thinking about it.
You know what? I just have one thing to say about her, and that, she's no Barbra Streisand.
It's so funny because I was, what is it when you, gird yourself for something negative?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I was going to say, to button the whole thing up, is that, I can't be objective because I thought she was not only the greatest singer, but the greatest songwriter for the 5 songs that she wrote.
Right.
They're just so great, and they came from her soul, and then she stopped.
Yeah.
But the thing I want to point out about, but we
but
always
honestly, I have to say, I think there's a lot of people like that. I think that's that's the difference between someone who can write a song like your sister and a songwriter.
That's true.
A songwriter doesn't stop,
That's true, but I think that she probably saw herself more as a singer than a songwriter, and I think she could have gone as far as she wanted. It's just...
But that's just not true. Nobody can go as far as they want.
No. I don't mean that. I
just feel like having any regrets about not taking the music path is always bullshit, because the people who do take the music path have to.
Yeah, I think that's a good theory. It could be, you might be right about that. I'm not so sure it is, because I think she was so affected. You could make the argument that it didn't mean as much to her to give up everything to do it. But that is also a complicated story, because she was really more than me or my brother. She was very, very much told that she wasn't, we were all told we were defective in one way or another. So I definitely think that what she decided to go for as a career was reflected in that. But you might be saying, I get what you're saying. I guess I don't know that that's true.
I'm just saying that in order to have a life or a career in music, it comes from within. It's generated from within, and it isn't, there's always going to be damage from people, but, the people who have to end up doing music, because I don't recommend it.
Well, what I'm saying is this. I think I must have said it the wrong way. I meant she could have done it as much, she could have gone for it as much as she wanted to do it.
Right.
In other words, she had the talent for it. She had the ability for it, and she could have done it. But the thing is that we always had not arguments because I really loved her and everything, but I always tried to get her to not add mustard to her voice.
Yeah.
Because I remember when she, and when I find, I have the tapes, when I get to convert them, you'll hear a whole different thing.
Well, and when I heard her play, live, it was,
oh, that's good.
It was 20 years later, and she had, she definitely had more of her own voice is my recollection. Granted, it was also 20 years ago, so.
But she once got so paralyzed with fear when we were meeting with a music person that she couldn't sing. She lost her voice.
Yeah.
Like in literally 1 second. So she had a lot. I mean, she got it way. It's one of these things that's, I don't even know if it matters whether you're saying is right, or am I kind of maybe more naive, or what's the word? Not ideological.
Well, I mean, I have a particular sensitivity about it because I live with, my wife who, had a fairly successful music career and now has a fairly successful teaching career, but is constantly sort of feels this phantom guilt that she's not doing music, as if that was somehow more worthwhile to the world than being a really good teacher,
Well, she might, it all matters about how you feel fulfilled as a person. That's, I think, like my sister felt completely fulfilled with what she did for a living. She loved it. She loved kids. She was incredibly good at it, and she really, really loved it, and she devoted her life. But she definitely had regrets about how she felt about herself, and I have the same regrets.
Yeah,
because I
that's
didn't realize,
a separate issue, and
absolutely.
What I'm talking about is I think it's great that she had the career that she wanted, and I think it's great that my wife had both.
Right?
It's about false narratives to me. It's this, I'm supposed to, because it's always external pressure that makes Allison feel bad about not playing, because if she wanted to play, she'd play, and we do play, but she's always in this space where there's just so much should to it as opposed to want to it. Right.
But the thing is, when we decide, it's very hard for me when you say, not that you're saying, but even to, like, I think I could be the greatest, when I started painting, I think I could be the greatest painter in the world. It's like, I never think I'm not going to write I don't write songs right now that much, but when I did, I always wanted to write the best song in the world. And I think the difference is, like, there's only a few Dylans, or, there's like, you can point to those people, but otherwise I think it's like, we're all in the same kind of category in a way. I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm saying, I guess it's your sensitivity is that side. My sensitivity is how badly Janet felt about her ability to sing or whatever it was. And then that comes back to me. If she couldn't feel good about her voice, and I never felt good about my voice.
Right.
So it's just like, I'm more feeling the sadness of that than I am what you're saying, which I think is a valid theory. But don't you think there's a lot of people like Allison's songs are amazing. So the only difference, unless you're going to say who's Dylan,
but my thing with Allison is she can look at what she's done, which is, get a record deal a couple times, and have bands that got played on the radio and, did big things without really struggling all that much to get those things. To me, that's a huge success in the music business.
Why do you feel she didn't struggle that much? I see her as like, she went further than anybody I know.
Right. And it went,
that must have required a struggle.
It happened easily for her. I mean,
it did. I didn't know that.
It wasn't years and years of playing. It was, her first band got on the radio and then her second band got a record deal.
But she did spend that time when she was a kid just singing and singing and singing and singing and singing and like I'm sure she had that connection.
I mean, it wasn't until later that it wasn't until, she was in her 20s that she had her first real band.
Right.
I mean, her voice was the thing that gave her self-confidence. I mean, that was the first thing that anyone ever pointed out that she was special because of. Right. So,
and I think my sister also felt that way from her voice because so many people liked it.
Right.
Just like Allison.
Yeah. But just like Allison, she was getting tons of horrible messages from her parents. I mean, just like Janet.
Yeah. And these messages this is like all these things are so damaging. And, it's like a chicken. She had so many medical problems. But there's a chicken and the egg thing. It's like if you're told from a very young age that you're causing your own death and you're causing your own weight, it's just a thing. But I have to look at this differently because when I look at my therapist, it's like I love the life my sister had. I don't want to have regrets for her, and so it's like I always tend.
And I guess that's what I'm saying is why. Why are you manufacturing a regret about her life for her? That she didn't seem to manifest past a certain age where most people sort of go, okay, auxiliary dream time,
I guess it's not even that I'm doing that. I was actually going to describe for the listener or anybody that song I'm Hurting and the songs that she wrote were so seared from her soul. So for example, that song, which I didn't even get as a kid, but I get it now, was my sister was extremely depressed. So she's singing this song that's like a blues song, and she's singing, they're telling me I have known no pain. I've been sheltered from the rain. It's like, but she feels she really was hurting that bad. And especially at that time in her life. So I think it's almost like I have this white privilege and people think that I'm not suffering because they see that I'm a middle class person.
Right.
And I am dying inside. And I don't think I ever got it till I listened back to it as much, I mean, I'm not saying that's all it was about, but it really was like people telling her, come on, look at you. You've got everything you need. That type of thing.
Right. Some of it were her real feelings and some of it were the things that rhymed with her real feelings.
Well, that's exactly right. But there's another song. This song is not her. I love the song, but right. I wouldn't say it's her, but her best songs, which are two of them. It's Who Will Love Me and, Many Is the Time. They're just the saddest. It's like who will love, it's like, it's all about how she wasn't loved enough. And
right.
So
well,
maybe
that just comes back to a happy music story, which meaning that the music was there for her when she needed it.
No, it's not a story.
That form of that form of expression was there for her to get those feelings out in some way,
It's just like when I was the youngest. And so I was always trying to put the best face on everything. So I was probably could see my sister more in the light of someone who was privileged than I could see her as what she really was, which was going through all of this. Cause I don't think she communicated the depths of her depression because she tried, I think she did try to commit suicide. I don't know if she did or she didn't. She certainly in the later part of her life, she had no thoughts about committing suicide. But when she was like 18 to 21, it was really touch and go there. And she had these relationships, and just seeing my mom and dad mirroring such negative, the way my mom and dad related to each other.
Yeah.
It's like when you see that, you want to be loved so much. And then when you get that back in the relationship, you almost feel like it's comfortable. So she had, and of course that ends up being a good story too, because she, as we, Carl, we always make fun of him because he's like a curmudgeon and everything, but he loved her and she couldn't have been happier to have ended up with him. So I do see her life as a complete success story. If you're going to look at anyone's life, right?
Yeah.
Like your own life, my life, anyone's life. What, do you think I'm being defensive?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you're defending, but that's okay.
I don't feel like I'm defensive, though.
No, I don't.
I don't feel like I'm being defensive.
No, okay.
So I would like to know, is it, because I often don't know what it is of how I come across. To me, I'm just telling a story about my sister, but it must be sounding like I'm trying to defend something about her because we've been talking about these other issues. But I'm really not. I'm more like just saying I had this insight into her song, and I could relate to it as a middle class person, and I'm going through all this stuff in my own life. So there's nothing defensive about it. I just don't ultimately think I'm defending. I'm like, I couldn't look at this stuff with my sister and I until now, really.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
no, and I wasn't feeling like you were pushing me away. I just didn't know if I had triggered something, unwittingly.
Well, here's the thing about triggering is that whenever I feel as if I'm not being heard, I can feel my feelings start to get hurt. But the feeling of not being heard has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
I have this feeling about my sister. I need to be comfortable with it. I know what I'm feeling. And I'm just too often affected, and I need to become more comfortable with that, which I am. It's like, it doesn't matter what you think about it, it really cannot matter what you think about my sister's singing, what you think about my sister's anything or it's just, if that becomes a thing, that's what I think I have done in my life is like misinterpreted, say someone says something you don't like, not you, but says something you don't like. I would get so much into the hurt of the situation that I would even forget what the fuck was going on,
Right.
So anyway, I'm glad I got her voice out there to the people.
Yes. It's not just a legend anymore.
Yeah, nobody should steal it, please. I think she copyrighted that song. That would be weird though, right? Jules' new hit.
Would that be so terrible, really?
No, it would be good. It would be very good. Say Jules says
it would be Jules' first hit in 30 years.
You getting excited about the big day coming up?
I hope you
I'm referring to the inauguration.
Yes, quite excited. We're
gonna get drunk.
I'm constantly shocked how each day isn't the 20th yet.
No, this is the slowest. This is what Einstein really was talking about with the relativity.
Yeah.
This is the slowest 4 days of my life. I still think he could start a war with Iran. I don't think he will because he's easily distracted. But then some of these, and I know you're a big fan of these Trump supporters. I've tried to talk to you off pod about it.
I like it. Well, now I just call them patriots.
The patriots. Here's the guy that you don't want to be the Benjamin Franklin or the Thomas Jefferson. This is the guy you don't want to be. It's the guy who says, well, while we're here, we might as well start a government. Did you hear that guy?
I did, sure.
Yeah. Is that guy trying to sound like a moron?
I don't know. I thought it was about the only good joke in the whole thing.
I love also when they're about to turn on Cruz.
Yeah.
They were gonna.
he was gonna fucking stab us in the back. No, wait, it's good. Oh, all right.
No. And then the other guy goes, yeah. I think we should go. I think Cruz would want us to.
Yeah.
Have this. Oh God.
Yeah. What a bunch of fucking morons.
What a bunch of fucking morons. And
malicious morons.
What's that?
Malicious morons.
Oh, and seditious. Yeah, and I know. Well, I can't relate to that kind of. I mean, thank God I can't. I mean, that where you punch someone, where you repeatedly hit someone over the head with something. I just can't even believe it.
No, I think the best of us can't relate to that very well.
No, I mean, they always say, like, you remember the argument during Vietnam, which you don't remember because you weren't born, but the argument was that anybody, and it was always a bogus argument. But the argument was we'd all end up like Lieutenant Calley if we were under that pressure, which just isn't true.
Right. No.
Because he was a monster.
Right. It's the same, it's the same kind of bullshit, just defense they use for police brutality. And
yeah. Yes. And it's almost like we didn't have to say these people are hypocrites, but they but they sure, I mean, I know for years they would say the same thing about all this stuff about it's the same, he was using the same arguments everybody has been used, radical liberals, but it was so ridiculous that it was such a big lie right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Are you going to take time off after the 20th? Whatever it is?
Time off from what now?
MSNBC, CNN.
No, I want to see like more than one thing be talked about. I'm excited for that. Like,
you can't, Josh. Do you want to heal the country? If you want to heal the country, then you don't impeach him and you don't say anything that, you keep being positive about the people who came there.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's sarcasm or something.
Oh, was it?
No, I think it was more like just bad comedy.
Okay.
Oh, is this sarcasm? Oh, that's a really great idea. Not really. In a way it is, but it's the most rudimentary sarcasm.
Oh, is it?
Oh, aren't you? I felt bad the other day because that commercial was on and I didn't get there in time. I didn't want to rewind. Oh, aren't you? I love both of those people.
Aren't you sweet?
How old is that commercial?
At least 5 years.
I want it. Let's do it. Let's do a documentary about those people. Because the guy
I saw a very sad documentary the other night.
Oh, what was it?
It was a doc called The Ghost of Peter Sellers.
Oh, I want to see this. He was a terribly unhappy man, right?
He was a terribly unhappy man, but it's not really about him so much as it is this director, Peter Medak, who's this Hungarian director who directed, most famously, The Ruling Class. Have you ever seen that, Peter O'Toole?
Oh, I have, I believe. I don't remember it. It's good, right? Isn't that with one of your guys?
Good. It's surrealist British comedy.
It's got your guy in there, right?
Peter O'Toole.
Well, he's your guy.
Yes.
So go ahead. Sorry.
This is Michael DeBar's impression of Peter O'Toole saying yes. Yes.
He got the secret. That's why Michael DeBar is a good actor.
That's right.
Yes.
So Peter Medak, he does The Ruling Class, get, big at Cannes. He's like a big hot director. He runs into Peter Sellers, who's like, hey, come do this movie. And it's like a pirate movie with him and Spike Milligan. And there's like, the script isn't ready and it's going to be filmed at sea. And it's like a bad idea. Like he should not have done this movie. And then Peter Sellers just doesn't fucking want to be there. He just broke up with Liza Minnelli and he's like trying to get off the movie and he's like firing producers. And it's like, it's like everyone who ever had an experience with Peter Sellers pretty much. But he's now, 45 years later, making a doc about this movie that crushed his spirit and his career all these years ago. And he's like revisiting the set and he's like talking to the producers and stuff. And there's this like, and everyone he's talking to has this air of like, why are you doing this? Why is this? This was a long time ago. Movies fuck up, and, but he's so fucking haunted by it, and he interviews like Peter Sellers' assistant who's just like, you never had a chance, and it's just like, But he, you know,
Why? Because of what?
Because it was a
who Peter
nightmare.
was?
No, because I mean, the film wasn't, they shouldn't have even shot it. They shot it.
Right.
They shot it because they had money to shoot it. They didn't shoot it because they had a script that was ready to go. You know, they shot it because he had the opportunity to do it and work with Peter Sellers. And he thought he could figure it out or crack Peter Sellers somehow. But, you know, have you ever seen a good story about a movie that was filmed on the ocean?
I just thought
And it's just like, so it's all
That's so
that.
great.
It's all that plus Peter Sellers, you know? And so this sad fucking movie of this guy who's just like, can't shake it. And the thing that his epiphany in the movie is like talking to the producer, you know, who went, yeah, we shouldn't have made the movie, and we should all have a very little scar from it. You know, and he was like, oh, you know, like it gave him permission to forgive himself when the money guy forgave him.
And was this on like a Criterion or something?
Yeah, it was on Criterion.
I'm good. I don't know what the skill is, but like I just had a feeling I'm not going to see that on Amazon.
I think it's on Amazon as a pay one, but it's not. Yeah.
I'll pay for it.
But,
okay, that sounds great.
It's, you know, it's great and not, you know.
Yeah, but you know, I like that kind of thing.
Yeah, I do too. I love, when bad ideas go bad.
Yeah, but I mean, like I love any, like they had that it wasn't Liza Minnelli. It wasn't Judy Garland, but it was her husband, and it was some kind of, I forget what it was. Sid and something. And that was great. I just like, you know, it's like, I wish those shows like Access Hollywood or Entertainment Tonight, I wish that's what they were. They really showed you,
yeah,
you know, interesting things about show business or people.
I love the movie about Terry Gilliam's failed, Don Quixote movie. And
I've never seen that.
I think it's called Lost in La Mancha.
And what was that movie? Brazil?
No, it was his attempt to do the telling of Don Quixote.
Oh my God.
It's a good one. That's a good.
Okay. I will definitely see.
Definitely a good failed movie.
I didn't really understand Brazil or go back a second time to figure it out, but was that one of your favorites?
It's not one of my favorites, but I liked it.
I have a lot of work to do. I watched, you know what, Michelle Wisecarver. I want to thank Michelle Wisecarver because she must have been, and this is an advantage of me listening to the actual shows that we're recording.
Yeah.
Is I was talking about a, bad true crime thing. And so then Michelle DM'd me and said, you have to check out, Night Stalker on, Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
And
a lot of people are watching that. You like it?
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. Well, I mean, it's not, you know, it's not like you high five after it, but
right.
That guy, that's a scary fella.
Yeah, Allison started watching it, and it was. She said it was even a little creepy for her.
Oh, is she a true crimer?
Oh yeah, she loves the crime.
I didn't know that. It's interesting though. It's done well. What am I selling you? There's no reason to sell you. Thank you, Michelle. Was the point?
That's okay.
Why do I have to?
You don't have to
take it as a loss.
I just gave my review of this doc. You.
Yeah, perfect. Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to make you cry. Were you crying?
Yeah, I was sobbing.
You know, I also listened back and could not hear the sounds that I was saying that were coming out of the. Yeah, are you fixing a drink? Are you strangling someone over there?
Yes, that's what I try to tell you. Is that?
No. It sounds like you've squished a goldfish and you've eaten it. Is that what you're doing over there?
The thing is that you're hearing me through my computer mic.
Yeah.
But I'm recording through my regular mic.
You just blew my mind. I still can't stand Mindy Kaling, and I know that I'm the person she was talking about in that tweet.
Yeah.
And I can't stand it. And you know, it can't be about Mindy Kaling.
You probably think this tweet is about you.
It's not about Mindy Kaling anymore.
No.
But something she does rubs me the wrong way.
Clearly.
Yeah. And I know you're a big fan. I know you have all the albums. You know what it is? I think I find celebrity annoying, and then I have my own issues. I want to be liked by everybody.
Sure.
But the idea when you have 3 trillion fans and you go on these social media things to say, I'm having soup. Look, here's my takeoff if I was doing Michelle Obama's book.
Yeah.
And people go crazy.
I know, but it breaks your heart that someone can be so successful and still be so needy, but they go hand in hand.
That is absolutely true. And I would probably, again, it's my own neediness. It's my own, well, it's not exactly that, but that is exactly true what you said. It gets worse. It doesn't get better if that's what if that's what the disease is.
Exactly.
Mindy Kaling's disease is she wants to be the world's greatest writer. Well, mission unaccomplished.
Right, but if you get
she wants to be the world's funniest
But if you get
person.
enough followers, a certain percentage of them are going to tell you every day you're the world's greatest writer.
And I'm going to tell you this, Mindy Kaling, because you're so in everyone's face with it. You're not the world's greatest writer.
Oh man,
you're not even.
I got to stop this before it gets too bad for us.
You were born with a grudge to bear. You carry it everywhere. You don't hesitate to let it out, get it out, find something to fight about. When life gets you down, you look for someone to push you around. You believe that you're the one who understands what's going on. You're always out looking for who did what to who. You got a chip on your shoulder. You just can't get over it. You have to punch it out. You say there's nothing else to do when everybody bothers you.
Yeah.
Oh, Oklahoma.
Somebody's getting the drill down. Somebody's getting the drill down. Somebody's getting the drill down.
Why are you slowing down? Somebody's getting the drill down. Somebody's getting the drill down. Somebody, come in now. You come in.
Now you criticized me. I shut down.
But you know you're a more accomplished. I mean, this is insulting to you to say that you're a more accomplished singer than me. You know you have pipes.
You were born with a grudge to bear. You carry it everywhere.
Oh my God, this is so cool to hear. Keep going.
I can't.
You were born with that does sound like me. You were born with a grudge. Oh God, that can't be too long. You were born with a grudge to bear. You carry it everywhere. Come on, America. Wake up. I'm Andy Kindler. I'm doing protest music 30 years after Dylan. Wake up.
Come on.
Hey, I'm doing protest music when Reagan is inaugurated. Let's get this party started.
It doesn't take a sports guy to know which way the wind blows either, huh?
It doesn't take a license plate to know which day is odd and evens for filling up gas.
It doesn't take a license plate to know your state's motto.
It doesn't take a genius to figure out why Reagan won when the interest rates were 18%, you fucking idiots. That can't be a song.
Sure it can. Not a good song, but a song. Well, today was good.
Happy Inauguration Day.
Thank you. To you too. To us all.
And you know what, Josh?
Yeah.
I made a special treat for us. And when I say us, I mean me.
Yeah.
I am now drinking what's it called when you have champagne with Chambord in it?
A Biden-tini.
And I don't want to brag.
I think that's, by the way, I think that's called the Pink Lady.
Okay. Sparkling something.
Yeah.
And Chambord. And I'm very upset about it. I had an argument with Susan. I said it's the bulk Charmant process. God damn it. It's not even Frisinet, which is method champenoise.
Yeah.
So I've waited till right now. I toast to you. Happy Inauguration Day. And now I'm going to start getting drunk.
I am toasting you back with the last swallow of a bottle of Pellegrino.
Oh, how not appropriate. I wanted we should be doing shots.
We should be doing shots. That would be a fun show one night.
Every time I say, and if you're at home, Every time I say, my sister could have kicked the shit out of Janis Joplin, you take a shot. Oh, you telling me my sister was not Joan Baez? Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I do feel like I have to go back and listen, obviously, to put this show out. So I'll decode what I did wrong, but I feel like I did something wrong there. So
I don't think you did, because I talked to my therapist about it, and my therapist said, we figured the whole thing out.
Okay.
I wanted to come on with my story about how I figured out that my sister was embarrassed about being middle class and about being depressed. And I wanted you to go, such a great story. Oh, my God. Thank you. And thank the listeners. And you went in a different direction with it. And that's life.
All right. I am willing to leave it at that.
Yeah. So, but no, I do talk about with therapists how I do get like, why didn't, part of me is like, why didn't he want to hear, I said to her, like, I don't feel like he wanted to hear that story. And then she's like, okay, so that's what it sounds like. Sounds like he wasn't that into that story.
It might have been it. I don't know.
Well, you also had your own thing. You had your own thing.
Yeah.
You were talking about you and your thing. So my argument would be, I only want to do a podcast. Oh, I also said, so sometimes like I feel like when I'm doing the podcast, I go, I feel like, it's not going so well right now. She goes, does this happen all the time? I say, it very rarely happens. She goes, okay. Sounds like.
Yeah, let's not put that on the problem list.
She told me not even to come back to her with this kind of stuff.
She's like, maybe we need a week off.
Don't spin my wheels. So basically that's what it was. And, all I'm saying is you and my therapist should hook up. What?
Now that we're developing a shorthand.
Hey, they used to call me shorthand when I was a guitarist. That Eric Clapton was slowhand, but they used to call me shorthand, and it referred to my inability to construct complex chords with my tiny fingers.
Ah, I see.
Hey, woo, shorthand. Sorry about that one. I was too excited.
I was too busy trying to come up with a, now they call him racist hand. I love how every year or so, Eric Clapton's racism comes back up.
I don't know about this.
Yeah.
I missed the news.
Well, no, it's old news that he was racist.
I didn't even know that. I don't even know that story.
Yeah, well, look it up. I don't want to misrepresent it. But
it's not like in his spoken book or something like that.
No,
right?
It's like racist rants on stage, and in the 70s he was highly anti-immigrant.
God damn it! I do not associate. I'm such a moron. I go, he's a great guitar player. I'm sure he shares all my values.
Must be. Yes.
Isn't that stupid? Kind of.
Well, that's the problem with musicians.
I know. That's what your theory.
Yes, they will.
Your theories come true.
You. Yes.
How does Michael Barr
take the good parts, leave the rest? Is generally my theory.
Right. How does Michael DeBar say the one guy says something?
Oh, that was his Peter O'Toole impression.
Yeah.
Yes.
If he had told that to Peter O'Toole on the set of something, I think he would have destroyed his career.
Michael's or Peter's?
Peter's. It's like George Carlin, seeing Rick Moranis go, I was knocked out when I came to. Was I knocked in? Weird. It's just like, that's it. I'm done. I can't go back out again.
Yeah.
With this.
Well, Adomian didn't shut you down.
No, because I'm obviously self-obsessed. I love the sound of my own. I don't believe my own PR, but I do love the sound of my own voice. That did make sense.
Yeah,
all right, let's go back because we were right in the middle.
It had rhythm.
You were saying something for sure.
I don't know.
No, you were. You were saying something.
Oh, Eric Clapton is how this started.
Oh, yeah, about his.
But I was
Okay, so I never heard this.
okay. Well, that surprises me, but it sort of hurts my theory.
Well, it shouldn't hurt your theory. It's more a comment on me losing it.
Well, no, but it's I just feel like Eric Clapton is in that sort of uncancelable category now.
I'm not so sure. I'm already feeling differently about him since you brought that up.
And I'm not defending him. Don't get me wrong. If he dropped off the earth, I'm all good. But he's, his music is all so old now. That
you mean sounding or
just old? It's literally old. What was his last hit? Tears in Heaven in 1990.
Right.
30 years ago, 1990.
Which I used to feel bad about him. I felt terrible about him because his baby fell out of a window.
But at least he got a hit out of it.
And by the way, to the listeners, if you're related to Eric Clapton or the child, why are you listening? Get over it.
But my point is just that anyone who's old enough and literally knows who Clapton is and which songs are his has come to peace with whatever he is. And anyone who's younger than that, it's irrelevant if they cancel him.
Right. It sounds like Van Morrison complaining.
It's exactly like Van Morrison. You can't cancel Van Morrison at this point.
I guess that's true.
And by the way, didn't Eric Clapton do a song with Van Morrison?
Like recently?
Yes.
Get out of here. Well, what was the incidents though? What are the races? What is it's just him being drunk and talking and saying, using. No,
I think it was something that was slightly more developed than just an outburst.
I'm going to have to look it up.
Yeah, do look it up.
My own time.
Yeah.
All my heroes. Slow hand. That's it. Slow hand.
But yeah, at every year or so, it'll sort of resurface and then it'll trend for 2 hours.
Oh, by the way, happy John Bon Jovi's version of, I don't know if you saw it, but he did Here Comes the Sun.
He did Here Comes the Sun. Yeah. Yeah. Not so yeah. Yeah. That wasn't a good choice, really.
That was terrible. It's like one of those, it's like what's that, the group that goes, hey. What is that group?
I have no idea.
The guy with slashes in it. Hey.
Guns N' Roses.
Yeah. He had that Guns N' Roses like the Axl dance. And when we end it, everybody look at the sun. Are you fucking kidding me? First of all, I'm not so sure that was live.
I'm not so sure it was. I have to admit, I wasn't I had an ear to it more than I had an eye to it.
You didn't lose. You lost nothing.
So I saw they were on a dock.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
Dude, and he goes, is it do?
That was, yeah. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo.
It's got a Cat Stevens feel, but he's ruined somebody else's song. That's the problem.
It was not a good cover. Whereas John Legend, I thought did Nina Simone pretty well.
I stopped watching there. I stopped at Jose's Andres because I like Jose's. That can't be his name. But I wanted to watch that.
That was my favorite, actually one of my favorite moments because I thought it was Bill Dana at first because he goes, "Hello, my name is Jose Andres." And up until Andres, I was like, what? Oh, it's all right. Jose Andres.
Do you know he actually did? He did do the Fire Jose joke though.
Did he? Oh, I hope not.
So I don't really ever enjoy John Legend that much. I know he's handsome and he sings nicely. Yeah. I don't really get it. I don't get him.
Well, he did good tonight. It's not like
that's what I'm willing to accept.
It's not like I'm a diehard.
All right. I'm eating a banana. I feel terrible.
Yeah, you should. That is bad showcraft.
That's bad. Hey, it's called show craft.
It's doubly bad actually because number one, you're eating a banana during our show, which is just audio. And number two, you're narrating eating a banana on our show, which is just audio.
Well, the other way to look at it is this is like a tennis player.
I'll get sick if I don't eat this banana for the next 14 minutes.
I have low blood sugar. And by the way,
how is the old blood sugar-oo?
My blood sugar is normal. Your move, Josh. Your move, fuckface. I've been doing these dangerous drugs for 4 years.
Yeah, okay.
Nice recommendation, dummy. Oh, you might be pre-diabetic. Well, you could do finger pricks, or you could take Victoza for 4.5 years.
Yeah. I remember questioning this very close to 4 years ago.
All right, so ask me.
I believe there might be audio evidence in a single-digit show of ours. I mean, wait, so your sister says you should what?
Well, here's the deal. My sister was on to something because I am taking the metformin pills. So it could be that the metformin is keeping my blood great.
Right,
in which case,
Kindler theory.
Well, look, I'm doing extensive. I'm on web. I'm not just on.
Who do you go to? Dr. Shrug?
No. I don't just go on to WebMD. I have an account, asshole.
He writes scripts for me.
I have WebMD Premium. Yes. Okay, Jerko. I have Mayo Clinic Online. It's like Phoenix University. Well, anyway, I just wanted to let you know I got that covered.
Okay, well, that's good.
Oh, Amanda Gorman was fantastic. I don't know if you saw that.
I did.
Oh my God, that was a great ceremony.
It was.
We're back,
and it really did because of the lack of stupid, 100,000 people applause breaks. He was able to do like a genuinely sort of intimate inaugural address, which was right in his wheelhouse.
What if it turns out that this guy is the greatest president of all time? Boy, will our faces be red. And he might have the best vice president. And if he feels sick and he wants to take a couple weeks off.
I mean, while I did not start out pro Joe, I did become very pro Joe over the course of the campaign.
Well, I
don't feel like it's just settling. I do feel like he does happen to be the right guy for this particular gig right now.
You know what I do for fun though? Every little once in a while I go check like one of these right wing guys' websites. I haven't seen I'm not even not right wing, left wing guys. Like,
yeah.
I'm interested to what Dave Anthony is saying now.
Yeah.
Or Jimmy Dore or any of these people. What could they possibly?
They're having their own little revolt party, but.
I know. I laugh. I laugh at their bullshit.
Yeah.
The extreme left is not like the extreme right. But it's not that, Dave Anthony coming on to, when Dave Anthony says to me, you don't care.
Extremism is very similar in tone.
Yeah. Right. So when Dave Anthony comes on and says to me, you don't care if innocent civilians get killed in drone attacks. You don't care. I mean, now you could say he's not serious, but I think he might be. I think those people are that serious.
Well, whether he's serious,
jerks.
the ball's in your court on that. Because he can be serious or not. Whether you take him seriously is a whole other matter.
Oh, well, yeah, we know that.
It's still
what
Dave
I'm saying
Anthony.
is, I'm going to say, let's take it out of the personal, but leave his name in the story.
Right.
It's like I worked so many years. I'm not saying I'm a hero, but I worked to organize cable. I got AFTRA, I got them, not me, but a bunch of us got stand-up comedy shows all into the union. Now those shows are all in the same union. And Dave Anthony for years just complained. He hated AFTRA. He didn't want to do the merger. He complained. There's no money to be made, but it's an easy, annoying gig to be the complainer who literally never does anything but sits on their computer and pretends, and then it gets a following. Like people like, those people get a following, like Jimmy Dore, Dave Anthony. People think they're the truth machines because they simply say whatever is on their mind, and everybody's an idiot.
It really is a golden age for malcontents.
Yeah, but I'm a malcontent, but the good kind, I think.
You are the good kind.
Oh, that laugh right there was the laugh of
a malcontent.
Don't compliment me, but keep it going. I love it. Josh thinks I'm a good boy. How you doing today? I'm good. Josh likes me. That's a weird thing, though.
Check back
Boy, no. Josh likes me. I had fun in the podcast tonight. Okay, but is that important? Yes, it certainly is.
That's all I have.
It's all I have. And he hasn't talked about Cameo either. Thank God. But what he doesn't know is I'm preparing an argument in favor of Cameo as an art form.
Yeah.
And when I deliver it on your desk, you're going to probably cry.
Okay. I can always use a good cry.
Could you? Oh, by the way, I finished the whole Night Stalker series. It's good.
Yeah.
Okay, spoiler alert. It's Richard Ramirez.
What? I thought he was a morning person.
Wouldn't that be the worst killer? Morning person. The early bird strangles the 39-year-old woman with her panties. I made that bad at the end, but I still kind of like it.
Yes, you didn't have
I wanted to make it
you didn't have a solid grasp on the funny part of the premise.
Well, because I wouldn't go to the root of the early bird gets to chop up people into small parts and put them into plastic bags. I'm not that kind of comic.
No.
I think we're better than Martin and Lewis. I really do.
Well, we like each other.
I know. That's it.
Right off the bat, that's a good start.
Here's the thing. If Martin and Lewis hadn't had any success or had to be together a lot, they could get along like us.
Yeah, and I think, and I like the fact that you have come to peace with everyone calling me the talent as helped. Another key difference.
Let's go back over the highlights of let's go back over the highlight moments. Going to remember the time we went to the Doug Benson show and had so much fun? It's like going to a
pictures of the smiles we left behind.
I'm surprised that my iTunes or something or my iMovie hasn't already made a highlight of that trip. There's me looking stoned.
Remember when we had that notion that we should promote the show and something good would happen?
Look, we have them just where we want them. And I'm still eating I finished the banana.
No, you didn't. Clearly.
They may say we're not professionals, but those fuckers. I'm very happy that the mic sounds okay.
It's okay.
Oh, fuck you. Look, here's the thing. I need to take some time.
We have this issue. We have this high-pitched squeal issue. But again, Alex seems to have found the way to filter it out. So.
Can I ask you a question?
Like right now it's not happening, but it was happening earlier.
Okay. Don't get upset, but don't make fun of me. But I'm going to ask you a question. It's going to sound dumb, but I just want to know if he fixed it by using a low pitch squeal.
You fucking idiot.
And so that would go like this.
Yeah. You hardly notice the high pitched squeal now with the low hum.
Okay, you squeal high and I'll show you how it works.
Yeah.
Then you take all of that and put it on a different track.
Right.
Here's my goal. I want to learn to use the equipment that I have. Because it can't be, and I'm going to do one thing after the show tonight. It's going to knock your socks off. Just tell me to shut up and go. Just pretend that, ow, oh, I think I have a heart attack. Can you take over?
Sure. Hey, Andy.
Okay. Yeah.
Get bent.
Hey, pounds. I was using pound sand for a couple of weeks online. I really liked it.
Yeah, I never got pound sand all that. I don't have a visual.
I've looked it up 5 times.
It always sounds like it's supposed to be something like vaguely sexual.
I know.
To me.
Oh, it's not? I must be doing it wrong. Why can't I sell the old style humor? What do you mean you can't sell? You're doing the old style humor.
Right.
What do you think you're a cutting edge? I do still think of myself as a young comedian.
Yeah, well, that's good. Old comedian's just a number.
Look, washed up hack is just a number. A washed up hack who sabotaged his own career and wasn't that good to begin with. It's just a number. How are you doing? Well, I just found out that I have terminal cancer. Terminal cancer is just a number.
Well, yeah, but in this case, it's my white count.
We are the funniest people who don't currently have cancer.
Yeah.
But you've had it,
yes,
so you could be seen more like a rebel. He doesn't care.
That's right.
It's the same way I am with
hey, Andy, pretend you're cancer.
What the hell happened over there? Did you knock Allison over?
No, I had a guitar spill.
Okay, please don't tell me that that's not heard.
It's not going to get heard as much as you heard it, I assure you.
Oh, okay. This is the way you gaslight me. You start to do a series of things that only I can hear.
That's right.
Stop doing that. It's going to get on the, it's no, not at all.
I don't hear anything.
Yeah, but I can hear it. You know what would be the best? If you just put a click track on me while I was talking.
Yes.
And so, Josh, it's hard for me to talk when there's a click track on. Why? It's not, they can't hear it. Well, you know what I did again? You know what? It's 9:29. If I was funny,
yeah,
I would hang up on you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd find a funny way to do it though, if I were you.
No, I wouldn't.
Wow.
Because I'm not able to. Obviously, yeah. I'm not Jim Kaufman. Is that his name? It's Jim. I think it's Jim Carrey. It's not Jim Kaufman.
And there's Andy Kaufman.
Oh, Seth got in an argument with someone that was good. Was it Dennis Prager? It was one of those right-wing idiots. Do you know what I'm talking? What are you doing?
I'm not doing anything. I'm listening to you.
Are you pulling a Tubin on me? And when I say a Tubin, I mean, gee, I wish I had a punchline for that. That would be the worst comic. Yeah, so apparently Trump's gonna end up in Mar-a-Lago. He might as well end up in a What is that punchline?
Don't worry.
I'm drunk. I'm drunk, Josh.
Andy, don't worry about the punchline. It's just a number.
All the problems that a single soul can possibly face. You think you've got them. You think you've sunk into the very lowest possible place. But you ain't hit bottom. You sit and wonder if it's ever gonna end. You fool yourself, there's better things around the bend. You rack your brain for just one name you call a friend, but they're gone. Oh man, it gets dark before the dawn. Man, it gets dark before the dawn. Damn, it gets dark before the dawn. You left a trail of people cringing at the mention of your name, but you're still not learning. Instead of answers, you go looking for somebody to blame. And the bridges keep burning. Your eyes are growing tight and staring at the phone. You contemplate the fate of ending up alone. Recall the times you picked up everything you own from the lawn. Oh man, it gets dark before the dawn. Oh man, it gets dark before the dawn. Damn, it gets dark before the dawn.
Oh, welcome back. Okay, don't sing that song. You told me. You sent me a thing. Don't sing that song. Sorry.
Welcome back.
Oh.
How's it going?
It's going good. I started to get mad at the news again because Erin Burnett was on. I'm not a fan of Erin Burnett.
Yeah, I'm not a lover of Erin Burnett.
And she gets very, very serious. And she gets kind of like that Cuomo thing where only I can handle it. Only I can do it. So she's like, just starts peppering these questions. All right. Now look. Looks like, that guy Mahu, what's his name? Manu Raju. Don't make it look like I'm a white man who can't say those names. Mani Raju.
Sure. Both.
He said, as it looks now, it doesn't look like there's going to be conviction in the Senate. And then she goes, yeah, but let's admit, Biden was never excited about it anyway. And they're right back into the same garbage, both sides, as if there wasn't just a Nazi.
Yeah.
Who they both sided. And I think what you would say, if you're not going to speak on the subject for some reason, I think if you were here.
Let me shut off my mic. Hold on.
If you were here, you would say, this is what they do. But are you surprised? Get over it. Not get over it, but shut up. No, not shut up, but don't be surprised.
No, I mean, it's funny to go, to be able to just slide back into why I hate them in the macro instead of the micro.
That's true. Yeah.
Right. It's nice to start sorting these people out again when it's not in terms of Trump.
I feel like your life's at that point,
Yeah. And even, and it's like, there were times when you would watch CNN during the Trump thing where it was just like, okay, I get it. He's horrible.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, all right, that's just not newsy behavior anymore. So I don't know. It's, I'm certainly more of I'm not a both side believer, but my mind goes to what would both sides be always.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's, you can't play chess unless you do that.
Yeah. I can't play chess either way. But.
Hey, I'm not that much better than you, and I do play chess. Wait, we've talked about this, right? You know the moves.
I mean, I know how the pieces go. I know what I know what each piece does, but I don't have any strategy. I think you're
ready. $100 a game.
Sure.
And look, I'll tell you the technical stuff. That's easy.
Sure.
So stupid. The stupidest man. Well, okay.
He's a chess shark.
I hope you're being square with me. We used to talk on Friday night a lot. Did you miss it?
Yeah, I do. I like ending my week with a little dose of Jew.
Yeah, but you had me in the afternoon. In the afternoon, I'm like this. Hi, what are we doing? Hi, who am I? What are we doing? That's not a good impression of me. It's sad. Can you do you? Let me hear you do you.
Yeah, I can do me.
You nailed it again. Were you surprised by my how I went from 0 to loud?
No, I wasn't actually.
Okay. Well, just give me a little bit.
You go from 0 to loud on a fairly frequent basis, I gotta say.
All right, now give me just one more example of you. Let me hear one more line.
Okay, how about this?
Okay.
Is that good?
Ow! I feel good! Ow! Does that sound like I'm doing a black voice or just a bad singing? Ow!
It sounds, there's nothing black about it, really.
I feel good. Now, if I went like that, right?
Nope. Still not
let's
black.
not do this.
Still not black.
I feel good. I feel good.
No.
The world, even if he's so poorly, he has such poor technique, he can't even indulge in the most base level of comedy.
I was just thinking today, I don't know why I was, but I was thinking today about the time I met James Brown and, how the only thing that really stuck with me was just how terrified the people around him seemed of him.
And was he in a good mood, or you couldn't tell? Or
I think he was in a good enough mood, but everyone else was just, like I said, it was just like, it was cartoonish almost, how they were just hanging on every, iota coming out of him to make sure that he was happy.
I'm surprised he has an entourage.
Yeah, it was shockingly big and shockingly scared.
Now, was this for an award show?
No, this was on Kinnear.
Wow. How was he as a guest? Was he an straight up interview?
Yes. Although I think he did a number.
Because I think there was a couple of weird interviews he did that was going around. One with that CNN lady.
Yeah. No, there was really nothing. There was nothing stand out about the actual show.
He didn't say take it to the bridge. But look, all joking aside, as if I've said anything funny, I do love that. I love that music. I love him so much.
Absolutely. Yeah.
One here.
I just watched the Tammy show not long ago, and
what is that?
We've gone through this. It was a 60s movie that showcased like everybody who was big at that minute.
Oh, yeah. I remember now.
Yeah.
I don't really remember. I don't even know where I am.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we would be remiss if we didn't talk about the Fantastic Four. Elon Musk and
Joe Rogan
and Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Elon Musk is a genius of some type, right?
Some type.
And I think is it Grimes? Who is? Please explain to the audience.
I don't know
Grimes
exactly who Grimes is. I think Grimes is married to Elon Musk now.
I think she is, and she had COVID going in.
Did she?
That's one of the accounts I read. Although I still am liable 1 out of every 7.
I would tend to stay 6 feet away from someone named Grimes regardless.
You caught it from Grimes?
Who would have thunk it?
But I just don't understand. First of all, Rogan, I don't understand. Why is Rogan and Chappelle why are they hanging out? And doing comedy? And do they have to do comedy? Do they have a new chunk that they have to do? Is it about COVID? What are they doing that they have to give each other COVID?
In Chappelle's case, I would say, yeah, he probably has a chunk he feels like he has to do.
And I said to myself, well, that's not the way he talks either.
But I don't know. I didn't read into it because I knew you would. And now apparently you didn't read into it. You just went straight down Schadenfreude Lane without any ammo.
Well, I just thought.
You just went off a picture.
Well, would you fly in a manned spacecraft who literally doesn't know how to take the precautions to avoid COVID? Or maybe he had it. I know what you're saying. He's had the vaccine 7 times.
He might well have.
He got into a private jet. He flew into a part of the universe where COVID doesn't hurt him.
Right.
Yay, Andy! Yay! It took an hour and it was very good. Oh, you really came to play. I'm clapping for myself.
Let me just add a little picture of Bernie to that joke, and it'll really.
I don't do. You can do memes. I don't even know what they're doing.
I don't do memes.
Beyond me.
I don't do memes.
I know you don't.
I don't know. Fucking Jew puts on some mittens. Suddenly everyone's Terry Gilliam.
And you turned into Rickles. I listened to my own CD again today.
Did you?
For the second time.
How do you feel about it?
Well, I was really enjoying myself. I was like enjoying myself, and even to the point of like inflation of my ego. Like I was walking around going, you know what? This is exactly how I want to be remembered or something. And then about 3 minutes later, my mind started to wander. I mean, I was wandering while I was trying to listen to myself execute jokes.
Yeah.
So took me off my high horse. I went from Lenny Bruce to Lenny Schultz, who I don't even know. Oh, I've seen him a couple of times, but they go crazy, Lenny, right? Or is that even before your time or interest?
I know. I mean, to me, he's the younger, older man's Charlie Callis, but.
Yeah, but Charlie, that's kind of a slam on Callis, I think. Who cares?
I don't know.
Who am I protecting?
Think hard about the body of work that you've seen Charlie Callis do and think, is it really worth protecting?
Well, if I could get a hold of that one thing where he was on that Jerry Lewis show when his story bombed, I don't think there's a better show business moment than that. And then I went, and then I heard, and then I.
Chirp,
okay.
chirp.
But Marty Feldman was funny, though. Why am I grouping them all together?
I don't know.
Funny-looking guys. Funny-looking people.
I suppose the bug eye thing.
I really don't have much of a consciousness beyond like a single-cell organism, if you think about it.
Yeah, I try not
And I've done very well.
Yeah.
With so little.
Welcome to the Amoeba Cast.
Is Amoeba still open? I hope.
I don't think so.
Are you saying that just to, I have to admit, I don't miss, hanging around a couple of weeks before Christmas in stores with diseased vinyl or whatever the hell, Yeah. How did I not catch flu every year shopping endlessly in the same store? It was Borders. I used to do Borders too.
Yeah. Because they weren't a festering, den of disease, and they were just stores.
Yeah, but I just think, okay,
it wasn't like we were all just getting lucky before COVID came along. I mean, COVID's an actual thing.
Oh, I see. I thought it was that they just found out recently that we should have been all wearing masks.
Somebody was flipping through the C section of the vinyl and unleashed COVID.
No, I just really thought that this is like what they're trying to tell us is if we don't wear masks forever, we're all going to drop dead.
No, I don't think that is what they're trying to tell us.
Oh, well, I do think it is, and it's a bit I'm doing.
I mean, I think you'll do it.
Oh, boy. That's the first time my mind went completely blank. And there's some lulls in my comedy. There's some lulls. I even pointed out.
Yeah, no, you do point it out. Well, since we hit the lull, should we just...
did lull. Let's go right...
Should we make the lull a transition?
I would say we should... Why don't we see if there's anybody who's written to us or something?
A seg-lull, we'll call it.
Yeah, exactly.
Aha! Let's do it.
Hey, you know what? Let's get into it.
Let's get it on. That's what Joe Rogan said to Elon Musk and Dave Chappelle. Let's do it. Come on, Grimy.
Grimy, get over here. Group hug. Pre-show group hug.
Let's share some air, baby.
I'm sure that's a great show, though. Rogan. If I want to go see Chappelle, you know who I don't want to see at the same time?
No, I couldn't guess. Oh, you said it.
Oh, Rogan. Okay, ask me again. Rogan. And Elon Musk is not my favorite stand-up. I know you love him.
That's the thing where he shot his car into space? Come on.
He shot his car.
Can you follow that?
Well, it's just that I see that as it's a lame invention joke.
I thought it was pretty cool. I still think it's cool.
No. Wait, now are you doubling back on me?
I don't know.
I'm doing that his car that went into space, that what he came up with, the space thing, is a lame invention. It's a joke about his lame spacecraft.
Yeah.
But that's not what you were saying.
No.
What were you saying?
I don't know. I don't want to play this game anymore.
Okay. I'm not playing a game, sadly. It would be, you think I'm shooting sleuth over here. Sleuth.
I can't do this.
Okay. But do you think I'm shooting sleuth or an older reference?
I don't know what you're even talking about.
Okay. You know the movie Sleuth, right?
No, not really.
Oh, that used to be, okay. This should be interesting to you on one level.
Okay.
That used to be a great reference.
Yeah.
When I was doing stand up. What am I playing? Sleuth?
What is Sleuth? What is it?
I don't really remember the game, but it's one of those detective things.
It's not like Clue. Is it a knockoff of Clue?
I think it might be, although I don't really know what Clue is, although I assume it's similar to Sleuth.
Wow.
I never liked board games, so I never would, I didn't even like Monopoly.
Well, Monopoly was bad.
Okay, Candyland was good. No, I can't think of, maybe Scrabble I liked for a brief period.
Yeah. Till the first fight.
About what's a word?
Yes.
No, to me it's when I start, I like it.
It's Schmagegi.
Yeah, someone brings a Yiddish dictionary with them. I enjoyed it until I realized I wasn't as smart as my father.
That seems to be pretty much wherever you bail on everything is I can't be the best in the world or I'm not as smart as my father. And that's pretty much the end of that game.
Yeah. Oh, why did I drop out of calculus? My father, who wasn't probably good at math, I still wouldn't be as good as him in calculus. No, the math only got confusing. That's the only reason why I dropped out of it.
Yeah.
I like geometry as far as that went.
Yeah. Well, I had my half of this conversation on last week's show, so.
I know. So now put it together for for one of those special Patreon gifts.
Jason Parton says, once again, I have an idea for a question before the previous episode comes out, and then you guys hit on it. I was going to ask about Christopher Cross and guilty pleasure music. He gets named as one of them a lot. Do you agree? Do you guys have any guilty pleasure music?
I think I do, but I would say like Rocky Mountain High, that type of stuff.
Don't worry, be happy.
Can we go on to the next question, please? You know how often I thought to myself as I've walked, and I'm not kidding you, 10, 12 times, not a day, but I say, you tweeted about that fucking song and you tried to make an argument that it was a good video and you look like an idiot.
But don't worry, be happy.
Hey, come on. If you worry, I'll give you my phone number. You call me up. That's a great line.
You made a tweet, you looked like an ass.
Everybody says you got no class. Don't worry. Be Jewy. Come on, everybody. I turned it into a parody.
I don't. It's not that I don't have shitty music that I listen to. I just don't feel guilty about it anymore.
Well, I do like the song. Have you heard this song?
Your take on his voice is just off.
That's why it's good. Neil Diamond, but no, I think Neil Diamond's probably good.
Hot August night and the thieves coming down and he's here at the bar. Da.
Here's what you can't get out of
Take your hand in mine. Sorry.
You can't get past this with Neil Diamond. It's the same thing I'm starting to have with Wolf Blitzer. He puts so much mustard on it, and Wolf Blitzer does this thing where he goes, and so I see, I'm doing it poorly, but you won't be able to, yeah. Well, he actually adds like a Ted Baxter sound. Well, just go on and do your own show.
Love, brother, love, hey, brother, love's traveling salvation show.
I guess Neil Sedaka, but I don't know. That's not.
But do you listen to Neil Sedaka?
Well, if you told me the 4 songs, I would remember them.
Yeah.
Is it taking all my heart for you, wasting all my love, taking all my face,
Breaking
wasting all
up
my
is hard
face?
to do.
Oh, that's good.
Calendar Girl.
You know, I would say
He
I could
wrote
come up
Stop for Captain and Tennille.
Oh,
I know that because
that's
the last lyric in the song is Sadaka is back.
is it really?
Yes, it is.
Why do you know something like that? That's not what you do.
La 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 la. Sadaka is back.
I think you could have a cottage industry doing a night of
What
just
kind of
earnest,
industry was that?
Cottage.
Okay.
doing a whole night of earnest singers.
I think
Cat Stevens.
I would love that. I would love that more than almost any other job, I think.
It sounds so good to me because it's a whole night of you going, don't bring it in.
Oh, I can't keep it in. I can't keep it in. I gotta let it out. I got so much to say. Say what you mean what you're thinking, and think everything. So why?
Why are you upset, Cat? What happened? Are you so angry?
Did
something happen before you wrote? Do you hate music? Is that why you're yelling at the song? Stop yelling at the song,
Lord,
Cat.
my body has been a good friend.
Also, Cat, I just have that one thing.
What's that?
You say she's feeling badly. I don't know that you have to go. It's sad. What's
Tell
making
me
you
what's
sadly?
making you sadly.
No, is she Lee? Some people have been wondering, are you referring to Lee even?
Sad, comma, Lee.
Oh, I know what the world can do. Yeah. Ow.
But I think he is what's making you sad, comma, Lee. It's Sad Lisa, so it's his.
It could be that. But do you really think in Wild World that he is really wishing her the best? Because I think he's basically saying
No, I
that.
think it's very much not.
It's not. So why is that a good song to sing? Well, if you want to go out there, I'm sure you'll be killed. And I wish you the best. But
just remember you have terrible taste in friends.
I always wondered, say, how did Cat Stevens go into such a wacky form of like a religion? But now I can see it. The Buddha and the chocolate box.
Well, the legend is also that he almost drowned, and he basically promised God, if you save me, I will devote my life to you.
Is that true? Why do I not? That's a great, that's cool. Is that how, oh, wait a second. This is how we went to Islam, you mean?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
When I left my happy home to see what I could find out.
LA's fine, but it ain't home. New York's home, but it ain't mine no more. I know I don't do it well, but.
No, but you were in. You were in.
I am. I cried.
Love on the rocks. Ain't no big surprise.
How can you write that lyric?
Just pour me a drink and I'll tell you some lies.
Even my hero.
All of my
Paul
impressions
Simon.
hurt my throat today.
Well, you work hard. But even my hero, Paul Simon, it's like, he's so depressed in that song. I met my old lover on the street, and she looked so glad to see me, and I just smiled. What are you, writing a new Karen? How about the woman when she hears that? Oh, it was so great. I saw Paul Simon last week. And then the song comes out. And we sang about some old times and we drank ourselves some beers. Okay. No one knows that song. No one knows who I'm talking about. No one knows anything about what I'm doing.
It's basically the same song as Dan Fogelberg's Same Old Lang Syne.
I don't know that song. Do I?
Met my old lover at the grocery store. The snow was falling Christmas Eve. And the chorus is, we drank a cup of innocence. We drank a toast to time. That one?
And you can get up there. You do the whole thing. You're a full package.
I'm a full
I feel like
package
Broadway
of
Danny
something.
Rose. I feel like Broadway Danny Rose. I don't see you playing small gymnasiums with this.
Richard Cole says, Andy, I think it's beautiful how you keep piling on the Trumpublicans. Fuck Ted Cruz. Don't let up.
All right. I did a good Ted Cruz thing. Just a couple hours. Yeah. You got to keep going until it gets old. But it doesn't matter. It's going to be all over soon. But thank you. I speak for America.
Tweet Bahara 3. Oh, there's the dogs.
Who let the dogs... Oh, by the way, I missed the anniversary of my dad passing away.
That's good.
The 19th. That is pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I sent my brother something about my dad, and then he goes, yep, tough day. I didn't know it was the day.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's right. You got your check, too, I bet. Speaking of your brother.
God damn it. I shouldn't. Why should I? Now people are going to think that I didn't make it on my own just because I had a constant infusion of cash. Not the first 30. He didn't start giving me money until I was like 40 or something, people.
He's just been carrying me for a quarter century.
There's nothing you can say that makes it sound good. Oh, come on, people, look. Look.
I got to a certain point on my own.
Also, the gift thing it was lower, used to be lower.
That's right. Thank you, Trump.
Yeah. You think I wanted to raise it up? The thing I love that Trump wanted to do was say, we got to have deducting drinks at meals. Remember when he said that?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yes.
For all the people who are as part of their business are spending money entertaining.
In hotel lobbies.
Oh, wait, does he have hotels?
What? Tweet Bahara 3 says Dominion Voting Machine Company is suing Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy, for slander, as if he had to clarify who Mike Lindell was to me. When they got...
Is he doing that to needle you? No.
I don't think so. When they got done with him, he'll have to change the name of his company to Their Pillow, ladies and gentlemen. Their Pillow.
I like that joke. It's Their Pillow. By the time, hey, first it'll be Their Pillow, and about 4 years from now it'll be No Pillow. You know what I'm talking about?
You tweet Bahara beat you.
Is it hard to beat me with the quality of a joke? I like to think it's my effort that puts it over the top. I'm not exactly a math. They don't say it's like the sweet science with me.
All right. Well, Stephen Elton Yates gave us a little something that's hard to do because it's a little script that you have a part and I have a part, but you don't have it in front of you. So,
is it impossible?
I think I can help you. He says, do you guys have a tape of the old radio spot Howard Cosell and James Mason did for Thunderbird? And
I didn't know that even happened.
And so your lines will be, what's the word?
Okay.
And then I'll answer and you'll say, what's the price? And then you'll say, and the flavor.
Give me the three again.
You say, what's the word?
What's the price?
And the flavor. And I answer in between all of those.
Okay.
All right.
Do I have to say this is Howard Cosell again?
I think you have to. Just
This is Howard Cosell.
For Thunderbird, you can say.
For Thunderbird wine. Oh, God. Yeah, let me warm it up. This is the Republic of Domingo. And then Roberto Delby, son of... This is Howard Cosell. What's the word?
Thunderbird.
What is the price?
40 twice.
And, my friend, what's the flavor?
It's an interesting taste. It's a very interesting taste, my friend.
Was I supposed to say taste?
No, I just had to go into
What does it say? Oh, I fell out of character.
because he just said his line was just interesting, but I had to feel it out more.
Mr. James Mason, you're very well known for your acting. I don't know. I think that was Larry King Cosell.
Yes, it was going a little wayward there at the end, Howard, but I think you hung in there for the meat of the bit.
Well, I'm dead, and I'm doing the best I can. That's not going to be
well, my friend, I have something else for you to do now, because the next question is from Peruche.
The Peruche is on fire!
Our friend Peruche has a two-parter here.
Are you reading it as James Mason?
If you'd like. If not, I can go back to the more bland Jew approach.
No, I like James Mason. But remind me to ask you, do we only have 7 listeners total?
But I watch the dial go down as we speak. Peruche says you guys had a conversation about Zoom cricket in Test Show 188. Did you know there's a wildly popular indoor version of cricket for the Indian summer monsoon days? It's called book cricket. 2 players sit down with a sheet of paper and 2 books. We each open a book, take the last digit of the page number, and score based on the combination of the 2 digits. Like 0 is like a strike, and 3 zeros and you're out. I can send you the rules, you know. Andy can put it next to the box set Eddie Pepitone gifted him.
That would be great if I still had that box set. That's at the Goodwill. If anybody wants that, I called up. It's still at the Goodwill on Santa Monica Boulevard.
They have it at a display. They have Dennis Miller holding up the box set.
Oh, wow. You know, it's unbelievable. Now, I don't know if he's making it up during the monsoons. I assume he's making it up.
I believe that book cricket probably does exist, but it's the most mind-numbing nightmare I can really conceive of at this moment.
And also the expression, that's not book cricket, was never that powerful.
Right, that's true.
Thank you. I put a button on it. I buttoned it up for you, Josh.
You really did. You tied it a bow, too. And I'm pretty sure there's a cherry on top of that bow.
Because the button man can. The button man comes up with the greatest little tag that makes the joke even funnier. I bet that's no fun at night. That's an example of it. Ooh, too spicy.
Someone, I have to look back, but somebody sent me a one of the Sammy Davis Jr. Manischewitz commercials. Manischewitz.
I just can't even believe it. I get the feeling that was not a well-paid spot.
I feel exactly the opposite.
Oh, I was thinking, oh, okay.
No, I think they fucking went all in for fucking Sammy Davis Jr. for Manischewitz. Absolutely.
Well, remember when Mogan David?
Sammy Davis Jr. was a big fucking star.
I know. You don't have to sell me.
No, I think I do.
All right, keep going.
You're thinking he's lowballing commercial fees in the early 70s? Come on.
Well, I know that he had money troubles.
That's not cool. Oh, yeah, sure. I had a little bit of the trouble with the toot-toot. But that doesn't mean I'd sell my image down the river just for some sweet wine, baby.
I'm just saying, I don't know who, you know what? I think it sounds charming to me. I don't know what I'm saying. I weakened it. I weakened everything. I ruined everything. I spoiled the party.
Seth Dick the Third, man. He's here to swing with us. Seth says, I think Mama Dick the Third is pulling my proverbial leg here, fellas. She says Andy was involved in a Sports Illustrated swimsuit special. She laughed and she said she hopes it's before Droopy made his appearance. My question, were you in trunks or banana hammock?
Well, first of all, I don't think it would have helped the shoot I did with what's the name of the? I forgot her name. Heidi Klum.
Yeah, to be walking around with a constant erection.
Yes. I think I would have been flown off of Necker Island where I was.
Yes.
So no, I wasn't. I wasn't.
At any point, did you say you Necker, you brought her? When you're on Necker Island with Heidi Klum?
I didn't do it. I didn't do it, and I can't do it now. It's over. I, of course, was in love with Heidi Klum, and I.
Fortunately, not enough to have a constant erection.
Well, I had a constant. Well, back then I had a constant erection anyway.
Yeah, it was still unapparent.
Oh no, that's mean. That's mean. I was.
That was the mean gambit.
How about the guy doesn't know how to brag about his penis? Watch out, honey. It's an extra wide load. Okay. I just made myself sick and disgusted.
Welcome
I went down to your level.
Welcome to the canned goods aisle.
And who but Seth Dick? And then I was thinking, what if he really is Seth Dick the third? And there is a Mama Dick.
Yeah, well, then you've made your bed.
Well, I've been rude.
Yeah. Eastside 76 says, as the official Mexican of Thought Spiral, I want to say something on behalf of all other Mexican Thought Spiralers. We will follow one Tweet Bahara, but not a second, or a third, or a fourth. Excuse me, but no.
Is Bahara on a fourth account?
He's on 3. He's Tweet Bahara 3.
He's still mute. Could we be arrested for talking about him? And more Lenny Bruce.
Speaking of Tweet Bahara 3, he's here to say, wow, Joe Biden just told Trump to go get your fucking shine box.
And, of course, everyone knows that's a Goodfellas reference.
Sous Vide wants to know, hey, Ted Koppel, would you agree the situation has improved? Asked on Inauguration Eve.
This is Nightline. Yes, it's a very big day here in Washington, D.C.
I don't know where.
James Mason.
I don't know. It was somewhere.
I'm Ted Koppel. This is Nightline. Tonight, we finally have a future.
I don't know. It's all mixed up in my throat right now.
We have so much joy right now. We don't even need to. It doesn't matter how spot on it is. We have a few days where we can celebrate.
How about I have a problem with
this is Nightline and tonight on Frontline.
See, that just shows your range.
Oh, it's from all the way from A to C.
Tonight on Frontline.
Tonight on Frontline.
Our Frontline cameras.
When you make that guy sound like that, I get the feeling if you saw him in person, he would sound like that. You know what I mean? You can't do that kind of and look like he'd have a pipe.
I'm glad I'm creating word pictures for you.
Oh, that's what you do. That's what people say about the podcast. It's like watching a movie.
With your eyes closed. That was the title of the Chris Bliss's comedy album that I gave him, which he used, which was My Act with Your Eyes Closed.
That's good. Oh, and of course he couldn't do any juggling on the album.
No, he did.
Oh.
Of course he didn't. You love.
Oh. I thought he might have done it in an Albert Brooks way.
It would have been meta. Stephen Elton Yates says Andy's Long Island accent makes it sound like he's calling the domestic doyenne Mothra Stewart. Here's the pitch. Giant mutant moth destroys Tokyo and then rebuilds it in the mid-century craftsman style. Green light?
Yeah, it's a green light. Because I think Martha Stewart would like it. Do you think Martha would like that, Josh? And Godzilla. I told you, right?
My little Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Come here, Godzilla.
You're gonna trample Tokyo on an empty stomach, Godzilla. Come back and have some soup.
Dan Wade says, guys, impersonations are something I've never been good at. I'm wondering if it takes a special skill, plus practice, of course, or if any reasonably talented person could put in enough work and get good. Feel free to chime in on this as well, Josh.
Well, of course everybody can't do it. I think you have to have a natural ability for it.
I guess so.
And then you could, someone could teach you, but I've never been able to learn how to do the voices from hearing them.
I honestly don't think he really wanted to know. I think it was all just a setup for the joke.
I laughed wholeheartedly on that one.
As did I.
I see you're losing it now. We don't know who you are now.
I was doing Daryl Hammond there. Sous Vide says my therapist doesn't do dream stuff, so I have to ask you guys.
Oh, you do really, Sous Vide? You have to?
What does it mean that my spouse is never in any of my dreams?
Ooh, good one. I know the answer to this. Your marriage is crumbling. Because it's a fantasy world, is that what it is? And you don't want... That can't be true. I think he's making it up.
Yeah.
My wife, I can't get her out of my dreams.
I would recommend the reverse Billy Ocean if you want her into your dreams. Get her out of your car.
I mean, I'm dreaming that I'm winning a ski competition. All of a sudden, the wife comes in. Did you remember to take out the garbage?
Yeah. Julian Valentich is here with a full-on Stephen Elton Yates style question.
Ooh.
And he says, St. Elmo's fire is a weather phenomenon in which luminous plasma is created by a corona discharge from a sharp or pointed object in a strong electric field in the atmosphere. What will you guys miss least about Trump?
I think I'll miss his corona discharge. Get it? No, there's nothing to get. It's wordplay. I'll miss nothing about him. But I even that you did a curveball.
The thing I will miss the least is him trying to destroy our country actively.
Right. Oh, I think the thing that I hated the most is when he would do his impression of other people saying, and the man said, sir, I have to tell you, Michigan is ruined. Or he always has those stories.
Right.
I can't. It actually makes me sick to think of it.
The Sir stories, as Daniel Dale calls them.
As who does? Oh, the Sir story.
Yeah.
The Sir story. That guy must be. Now he won't get. He's not going to get him out of his head for quite a while.
I don't know. He might be able to just go click at this point. Tom Harding says, Josh, would you trust either of your dogs to save you if they saw you drowning in quicksand? Or what about Andy if they saw him? I have a cat who I'm pretty sure would just watch as I went under.
If you had a cat that didn't watch as you went under, I would be very disturbed.
Cat like
That's all they do.
Cat like that, you don't eat it all at once.
Oh.
You don't know the old joke, do you?
No. I kind of can. I can kind of
retro
sleuth it out.
Retro, yeah. I'll give you two more hints. Guy pulls up to a farm. There's a pig with a peg leg.
My mind does not go in the direction of these jokes.
Yeah.
Farmers' wives.
He goes over to the farm and goes, hey, I wanted to ask you about this pig with a peg leg. He goes, yeah, that's an amazing pig. That pig saved my family, blah, blah, blah. There was a fire. The pig came and he woke us up. He got our baby out of the crib and he dragged it outside. Wow, that's amazing. But why does he have a peg leg? Well, a pig like that, you don't eat it all at once.
So pig like that because you like the pig? The pig saves your family, and your answer is to torture it?
Yeah, well, I think you've sort of gone in the wrong direction for humor, yeah, but that's the basic gist of the joke is.
It is I have to say, it's an excellent joke. Oh.
And no, I would not trust my dogs to save me. I think the problem is if I was drowning in quicksand and my dogs are there, they'd have their like, you're doing something weird reaction and just bark. Like if I dance or if Allison and I dance, they just bark. They go nuts. They hate it. So I assume it would be that. Like, you're doing something weird.
So it's never like Lassie where there's a through line and it goes from one.
I don't think so. I don't think that they could probably grok the whole.
How about this? You break all your legs or whatever. How many you got? 2 of them, and you say, you say, Clyde, Clyde, and you want one of them to bring you something that will save your life, like a phone. Or,
yeah.
Could they do that?
No. Well, if I really needed a tennis ball. If I totally needed a tennis ball, I think I could probably get that.
Yeah, but you would have to throw it first still, right? They wouldn't think of it on their own.
No, she'd come and just drop it near me.
You're dead. Doctor says you're dead.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Wookie Talkie says, Andy, Ted Koppel has asked, wow, I must have done a pretty good Ted Koppel last week if we've got 2 Ted Koppel requests.
Everybody wants it.
This is Nightline.
All right, it's coming back.
Now
Andy Koppel has asked you to go on a show. He's placed a thumbtack on your chair, and his question is, what did you mean by saying Helen of Troy's face jettisoned 1,000 ships? I don't know.
I am lost.
I
hope you can.
Hello, Andy Kindler. Welcome to Nightline. Have a seat.
Thank you.
And then you just say, aye, and then we're out.
What'd you do, Ted? It's not funny, buddy.
This is
Okay, you Ted? Okay, it's a good one, Ted. It's a good one.
We'll be right back.
Greg Kelly. I'm sorry, go ahead. What?
No, I had nothing.
All right. Greg Kelly says 2 questions, and James Mason is welcome to chime in on either. 1, what do you put on a hamburger? 2, can a person be happy if they have never experienced sadness?
I think.
Please go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Okay, I'll go with for hamburger. I like a little ketchup. I like a little mayonnaise, and I like pickle relish and tomatoes.
Oh my God, that sounds like a horrible hamburger, I have to say.
No, I hate pickle relish, so right, you lost me there, cowboy.
Stupid.
But I like cheese for sure.
Cheese.
Lately I've enjoyed here's a left field one, coleslaw. A little coleslaw on the hamburger.
That's what do you're off the hook.
Mozart 2 says, I haven't had a question in a while. I just love the show and both of you. Thanks. Well, thank you.
Mozart 2.
Yes.
Who has a lot of strange etchings around his name. I don't know the words.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Characters, we call them.
Yeah. Characters welcome, USA.
Dijon Paul says, I was wondering if Andy has any thoughts on the Moody Blues jam, I'm Just a Singer in the Rock and Roll Band. No idea why this hyper-defensive rock anthem about laboring under unfair expectations made me think of Andy, but there you have it.
I'm just a singer in the rock and roll band. That should have been my song.
It still can be.
I'm just a singer in the rock. Do you remember that jam?
I do not.
Oh, I'm a singer in the rock and roll. Do you remember anything from them? You remember Timothy Leary's Dead, that one?
Yeah.
Timothy Leary's dead. No, he's outside. How'd they get a record deal?
I don't know. They're the worst.
Tuesday afternoon.
So shitty.
People like yes. Yes, people like though. Yes is better, right?
Just say no to yes. Benzos for Bonzo says, I just watched Cross of Iron, another entry into the James Mason playing a Nazi filmography. It's one of Sam Peckinpah's last good films and really unappreciated. Have you seen it? Thoughts on Peckinpah in general?
I'm not familiar with him, but you probably are. I know of him.
I've only seen a few of his movies over the years. So I don't, it's mostly Westerns and then kind of weirder stuff towards the end of his long drunken career. But he did like The Wild Bunch.
And Dylan wrote a song for one of his movies, right?
Well, Dylan was in one of his movies. He did, Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. Dylan was in.
I should have seen that because I'm a Dylan. I'm a Dylan fanatic, but I never did see it. Did you see it?
I did, yeah. It's not that great. James Coburn's in it. And, I mean, if you want to see Dylan act in a Western.
I don't.
There you go.
But I didn't want.
But I was weird. But he also did, and they did like Steve McQueen movies, like Convoy. I think he did. And I was literally just talking about him the other day, mentioning that he had directed Julian Lennon's videos.
Oh, I know that's pretty.
That song, much too late for goodbyes, and
where he's going
Falat,
between the doors.
He directed both of those, and then he died.
Huh. Wow. Well, what's the one that I remember where there's like it's about a vigilante?
Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia?
No. How you like that reaction to that movie? No.
I think he did The Getaway. I think he did The Getaway and Convoy with McQueen and McGraw.
But
I suppose I could look these up too.
They were all very, but it's a whole genre of films that I don't even have ever seen, except like The French Connection. I haven't even seen any like chase movie things.
Yeah. French Connection is not really a chase movie.
I know. But that one scene's pretty good.
Oh yeah. It's a great chase scene.
No, yeah, you're right. I wouldn't have seen The French Connection if it was a chase movies thing. Probably. If that's all it was.
So no, I guess neither of us have much to say about Sam Peckinpah.
Boy, we really nailed it.
Fletcher Alexson says, "Hey Andy, since you know so much about Harry Potter, in which season does Malfoy meet Frodo?
That's even I'm not going to get. Wait, I am fooled. Frodo is not in Harry Potter, right? Frodo's in the Earth of the Escape of the Wings, the Day of the Wing. Come on, what do they call it? The Landing of the Seas.
Earth, Rings, and Fire.
I want that to be a Peter Jackson movie. Is he the Inner Earth guy?
Yeah, he's the Under.
J.R. Tolkien.
He's the Under Earth.
Tolkien?
He's the Under Earther.
He's J.R. Tolkien. Hobbit. He makes the Hobbit movies. And Frodo's a Hobbit.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. Turn over all the cards.
Yeah. Alan says, Josh, is there a special significance to there being 7 doors on the SOL? SOL being the Satellite of Love, which is the spaceship on Mystery Science Theater, Andy.
I knew that.
I don't think there is a special significance. I think it was just having enough doors to make the whole tunnel sequence look cool. And then his question for Andy is, have you thought about growing your own at home? I find it especially therapeutic during these times. Much love from Chile, Chicago.
Well, thank you for that sentiment. And I love Chicago too. I'd be too afraid of the OCD. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's legal to do it. Plus, I also don't think, I would maybe, I don't know. I just don't think I grow it that well, but I know that you can grow it well. But I guess the answer is, it's easier to buy it.
Yeah. It's like, to me, it's like baked goods.
Right.
It's like, I could do it, but there's someone real nearby who can do it way better.
But he seems to be enjoying it though, the growing. So that's like,
yeah,
gardening.
no, I get it. I get it. I think if I grew a great bud, I would probably find it very satisfying.
Yes. I also don't have the room. And even if I had the room, I wouldn't do it. But, and we were doing other gardening, but, I don't know if I've mentioned I really like weed.
No, we'll get to that next week.
Oh, okay.
Jay from the N says, when did sci-fi movies stop using the phrase people of Earth as much? And what rich evil fuck sent that note down the ladder?
I always reminds me of like K-Earth 101 or no, K-Rock. They would play this thing.
People of Earth.
And they play it and here's what it sounded like. People of Earth, how are you? And it was Yoko Ono.
Yeah.
So that was a very funny bit back then. I didn't come up with it. Why don't you kill me and then it'll be easy?
Penny Feather Best Name says, I just need to express that this getting a raise scene from Home Movies is perfection. Perfection. And then there's a link to the scene.
Oh, I gotta watch that again. Thank you. If you're trying to get a raise, Paul, I'll tell you what you're not gonna get, Paula. You're not getting a raise. Something like that. But it was a lot of fun. Oh my God, that show was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to watch it sometime.
It's really, really cool. I miss it.
I have to listen to your album too, to be quite honest.
I didn't even think that you hadn't or that you had. I just thought you were bored with me.
Not bored so much as fully loaded.
Yeah, you got enough stuff.
Hey, well, if you want to support our show or buy Andy's aforementioned album, hence the humor, you can go to anywhere albums are sold these days and pick that up for yourself. How about that, huh?
You're absolutely right, Josh.
And hey, I'd love you to go to buymeacoffee.com/thoughtspiral and buy us a coffee if you love the show and like what we're doing for you here.
Now, when he says a cup of Joe, he really means cash.
It's just money. It's a euphemism, people.
You know what? I really feel like I should hang up on you.
Do it.
I'm so tired of what you are.
Dare
I will
you.
do it.
I fucking dare you, you pussy.
I'll come over.
Come on. I don't think you have the guts to hang up on me.